What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Adam Raw. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, lately it's been, let me tell you. So I haven't been on here for a little while. Well, I've been, pretty much doing other stuff, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I haven't done any readings or pulled any cards for anything lately, right? So today I am going to pull cards on, what's going on, but it's not what you think, okay? Before I do anything, I'm gonna let you guys know what kind of energy is out here. So basically the energy that's out here today has to do with basically it's karma, the energy of karma, because we are in Capricorn season, and now this is the what is that? This is the season for Saturn, right? And you remember I kept telling you guys that Saturn tests you, but Jupiter rewards you, right? Remember I kept telling you that? Well, the energy that's out here basically is going to be the harsh lessons that you had to learn in life, especially if you were under spiritual warfare for the last year or however long, especially this year. If you were in spiritual warfare, I'm just going to let you know what's to come, okay? So eventually you do end up moving, okay? You do end up moving. You're going to move somewhere quiet. It's going to be nice. It's going to be, it's going to be like quiet and nice, and you're going to start, you're going to get a grip back on your life, basically, okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to start being more fruitful than what you were before. From where you were to now, you're going to be very fruitful, right? The energy that was out here for me, well, I'll put it like this. The energy that was out here, not just for me, but, for a lot of the collective, was that the people that was doing spell work on you, that was doing like spiritual warfare and trying to start stuff with you and trying to hold you back and keep you from moving forward and all of that good stuff, well, this is the season that a lot of that is going to change. There's going to be a lot of reaping of what they sowed, okay? So let's say that you had a job offer, right? And let's say that you didn't get that job and you always wondered why, right? Well, in this season, all the things that the enemy attacked in your life, everything that they tried to remove out of your life, everything that everything, they're going to start getting karma for it, right? But for some of you, their karma is actually seeing, watching, or being in a position where they can't do anything about you moving forward, okay? And the way that this work is basically like all the spell work that they did for the last year or whatever, it's going to build your empire. That's basically what this was all about. It built your empire. Your empire is built, basically how Solomon's empire was built. That's how your empire is being built. Your enemies have built your empire, basically, is what's going on here. And I'm gonna tell you how and why it happened like this, okay? So if you were dealing with someone who was like narcissistic, they kept going to get spell work done on you and going to get readings on you, and the more they kept getting readings and stuff like that on you, the more they kept trying to fuck with the time continuum, whatever. They kept trying to throw you off and hold you back and try to even possess your energy to force you to make decisions that you wouldn't ordinarily make, to deter you or take you the long way around to get something that was already yours. Okay, so when there was the energy of delaying or setbacks and things of that nature, that's what this was all about, okay? That's why when you're close to a blessing or you're close to achieving something, that person already knew what you were going to get ahead of time, generally. So what they were doing like little manipulation, spell work and stuff like that, and illusions and stuff like that, to try to keep you occupied mentally, so that you overlook us, or you be so frenzied that you wouldn't recognize an opportunity that come in your life, right? So here's the karma, and here's what's going to happen. And yes, this karma is going to be mutual, and it's going to change. This is a mutual karma because of the people that you're dealing with, because of what the people that you're dealing with right now. They have gone to get readings and stuff like that because of all of that or whatever. And somebody, I'm gonna tell you what's going to happen here. Basically, they didn't want you to have money, right? And if you did get money, they didn't want you to have a certain amount of money, or they didn't want you to have more than them, okay? So in this next season, technically this is a spell work backfiring, right? You're going to end up with more than them. Whatever, because basically this is going to go off of their heart. Deep down in their heart, whatever it was that they didn't want you to have, it's what's going to manifest in your life. So because that envy that they protruded out onto you came from the heart space. It didn't come from the mind, it came from the heart space. They envy you in their hearts, right? They isolated you from people and try to keep you away from people. People are starting to recognize and realize how dark, deep, or how unwanted they really don't want to deal with this person, whoever, person, people, whatever. Okay? So that's going to be out here too. If you were due for a raise, and you could have been excited about a new position or a new raise or something like that, and you had the bad news that it didn't work because of some kind of technicality or something like that, don't worry about it. God is going to figure out a way. He has a way that when he moves you into this next season, let's say that you were supposed to have like $1 raise. Well, and that's $1 per hour, and then over time that's probably like an extra like $200-$300, maybe probably like an extra $100 or $200, right, on your check. Well, God is gonna bless it where you're gonna get that money, but more frequently than what you would have got. So let's say that if that spell work backfired by 10, you could be making $10 extra more an hour. You know what I'm saying? Or you may end up having like a business that brings in money as if you were working $10 an hour on top of your income. Okay? So basically what happened here is that somebody basically they just kept doing the spell work every day because they was afraid of it backfiring. It was a fear of backfiring, but now somebody is entering into a Saturn return. And in that Saturn return, this person did a lot of spell work at the request of somebody else, but also on their own behalf. And because of that, whoever this was, because of that, this backfire is gonna be astounding. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Because it's backfiring at a time where this person is supposed to learn a lesson in life. And a lot of people thinking like, oh, 28. No, this doesn't have to do with somebody who's 28. This is somebody who's older. Not just 28, but somebody who's older too. They could be in like 40s or 50s. But that's about the time that you go through your second Saturn return. You see what I'm saying? So somebody really fucked up. Now they have to watch you, because if they go against you, they have to fight everything in the universe to get to you, and you cannot fight everything in the universe and win. Okay? So basically another thing that I wanted to point out is that I've been praying to God a lot. Okay, I've been praying to God, and I had a message from the low owls today. Yesterday. The day before, I should say, because it's after midnight. Yeah, the low owls came to me yesterday. I don't know if this person is using like Haitian voodoo or something like that, or the 7 African powers or whatever it was. But these low owls came to me and they delivered a message to me, and it was talking about the 9 of Cups energy. That they were trying, basically, there's still remnants of the spiritual warfare that I went through, and the person was trying to keep you or me unhappy. This may also apply to you too. But essentially what was happening was that someone doesn't want to see you. I mean, like you're gonna get your 9 of Cups, okay? You're gonna get your 9 of Cups, right? And that's gonna eventually lead to your 10 of Cups, because you're gonna, right now you could be working on your 10 of Pentacles, right? Or you're in that 10 of Pentacle energy, and someone is trying to come in to confuse your heart and your mind. They are going to try to play a lot of mind games and stuff like that to try to fool you into taking routes you wouldn't ordinarily take. So if you are trying to discern something at this time, and you follow something that you're discerning about, like you hear a voice or something or whatever it may be, whatever something's telling you to do one thing, and you do it and something fucked up results from that, that's your ancestors and spirit guides letting you know you listen to the wrong voice. Okay? So, yeah. And there's going to be people out here who's going to try to tweak it and stuff like that. Like right now, the person that's been following me this whole time, I wouldn't doubt that they're going to listen to this video and they're going to try to perfect their spell work or whatever it may be, and try to do it again after this, after it's already backfired, right? But essentially what happens here is that when they were attacking you, somebody kept going. It's like the whole group, they were going to anybody, they were praying to anybody and anything that would listen to them. And they were paying people to do like voodoo. They were paying all kind of people to do things. Like one person could have been doing like pagan. Somebody could have been a pagan, and they could have been paying a pagan to do one thing. They could have been paying a mystic to do something else, or they could have been paying a priestess of, you know, Bono, whatever the fuck they want to call it. But these are people who practice different religions, because the person behind it all are truly atheists. They don't believe in God like they say they do, you know. And what's crazy about it all is that each and every last one of those deities, I believe, are pissed off. Each and every last one of them. You know, the Judaism, like Jewish God, or, you know, Yahweh, you know, I got the vibe that he's severely pissed off. And then you have the Loas who came to visit me, which they never do. They never pursue anybody. I think that's a rule of the spirits, or being like a god or like goddess or whatever. You don't pursue followers. Followers come to you. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know, it's crazy. Also, I was getting a vibe of somebody being like sex trafficking out here. So, the same people who's doing spiritual spell work and stuff like that over you could be involved in scamming, skimming, and sex trafficking. I did pick up on somebody being locked in a basement, or somebody being sex trafficked in like a basement or something like that, like a dungeon, like a sex dungeon, a grotto or something like that, against their will. Somebody's being held against their will. And I do believe that this isn't like a grown adult. I got the vibe that it was like a young woman or a young child. It had to be somebody young, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave that there. So if you know something, say something. Be on the lookout for that. I'm not wishing that on nobody, you know. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna pull some cards today, but yeah, like I was saying, there was another message I had. Remember I told you about the spirit of Moses being out here and Pharaoh drowning. This is what that is. Pharaoh is drowning. Okay? They think that the only way to save themselves is to anchor themselves onto you and pull themselves out of that energy, or pull you down into the energy too. Okay? So you're going to experience bursts of energy where it's like at one point it's smooth, and then all of a sudden it's just overwhelmingly intense. It's just intense. Somebody is really trying to get into your energy, and they're really trying to like basically they're trying to like I want to say like it's a kamikaze attack, basically, is what it is, because they know that they don't stand a chance in getting out of it. So what they're trying to do is that they're trying to do anything they can to bring you down with them. even if it's blackmail, even if they instigate something. They could be doing death spell magic. I got a lot of that energy where they were doing spell work to try to make fake tapes and falsely record your voice or something like that, or falsely record you saying certain things. So when it come time for them to be prosecuted or sued or whatever, they were going to play it back or try to doctor it to make it sound like a certain kind of way. There was also some about threats, about you threatening them, when in reality it's so many more of them. So how's that considered a threat? I did see a woman out here with crops. Well, oh my God. So look at the picture that I posted on this video. That is what this old woman looks like, okay? She looked just like that, and me and her went to court, okay? When she turned around, she didn't have no fucking hair. None in the back. Like, I mean, she had hair, but she had these big bald spots. She had like big crop circles in the back of her head. They look like some super wing worms. That's what the super ringworm. They look like super ringworms. They look like those remember those shoes, Pump It Up? Those shoes that you used to pump, and I guess they used to get tighter and shit like that. The ones that Sinbad used to sell back in the day. Only the 80s baby know about that. But yeah, it looked something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like little Targets or something. And I'm just like, man, who mama is that, you know? Yeah. Hell yeah. So I don't know if she had cancer or chemo or something like that. But I remember when this spiritual warfare thing, the whole thing started, I remember seeing somebody with like a doll. I don't know, like the vibe that I get is that this person had like cancer or something like that, I want to say, or somebody had cancer. But you know how you do chemo? The waste from the chemo is what somebody was using to do jar spell magic on people. Okay, and no, that's another thing I want to say. It's not just going to affect you. It's going to affect the inner circle too. So if they were doing spell work on one another, like to get each other to like each other, or like, for instance, I know for sure with my spiritual warfare, the mother was doing spell work on an autistic son to keep him in line. Because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was autistic or there's something wrong with him upstairs. And she did spell work on him, like command and obey, to make him mind her, basically. Because she couldn't control him. And now, from that point on, she's been doing spell work on everybody else, you know what I'm saying, to try to control people around her. So, basically, if that's what happened, that right there, I believe, has to be governed by power. Okay? So, if that was to backfire, it's going to show up as her losing anything that she has authority over in her life is going to be gone. Like her house, her car. She isn't going to be able to pick where she lives. She isn't going to pick what she eat. She isn't going to be able to pick what she do every day. You know, so basically that's kind of like you going from like, you know, eating good and living good and stuff like that to a 9 to 5. Because you don't get to pick and choose when you got to come to work. You got to come to work at that certain time. And, you know, a house. Now, when you lose your house, now you got to go live with somebody. You don't pick and choose the rules of that house. You see what I'm saying? So, car, you don't pick and choose where you go at what time. You see what I'm saying? You got to wait on people. You got to wait on the bus. You got to be a certain place at a certain time. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. That's what happened. And honestly, you know, I wasn't going to make this video because I've been quiet for a long time. You know, and it's because, you know, I figured, you know, just leave it be, let it do its thing, you know. And today, I had to make sure I get that energy out. I had to get it out. So, I'm not going to be petty today, though, because I have more important things to worry about, right? But I am going to do a ancestor message here. And this is specifically for someone, okay? Alright, I might edit that out. I might not, but yeah. Okay, I'll see what happened with that. Anyway, let's get back to it. Oh, here's the first card. This is the ten of wands in reverse, 10 of swords in reverse here. Yeah, there was some somebody is recovering from some kind of mind game or some kind of illusion. There was multiple illusions and mind games being played with you or someone else. They're recovering from it. There's some recovery energy from it. Somebody was backstabbed, betrayed or something. Somebody is recovering from something. Okay, you got the sun card here. Yeah, somebody's regaining their strength back with the sun out here. Optimism. There's something coming to the light about this whole mind game shit altogether, and that's probably because you're no longer playing or indulging in it. And that's another thing I wanted to say, is that the less that you indulge in it, the more their karma was coming back, which is why these people kept doing spell work on you over and over and over and over again every day. It wasn't just because this person had an addictive personality, but they knew that if they didn't keep doing it every day, that was keeping that basically they were trying to keep the backfires and the bad karma at bay until it became a habit. So now they developed the habit of redoing backfired spell work. You see how that worked? They're trapped in a cycle where they're going to forever keep doing or paying for or requesting spell work that's going to backfire because they've done it for longer than 100 days. They have to establish a whole new habit now, right? Because the spell work was habit forming. 8 of Cups out here, yep. So yeah, you're walking away from this shit. I don't know who you are, but whatever this was, you powered through that and you're walking away. Everything, the sun is coming out. You've had enough. This right here, the 8 of Cups in reverse, that has to do with them trying to block you. So the blockages that they did is going to come to the light, but you are recovering and you're walking away from the situation. You see what I'm saying? All the things that they try to block in your life is coming to the light, you know, and you're going to know based off of what happens to the other person in their life. So even if you were like, say if that, you know, because I already know that the person who's doing spell work on me gonna come see this video, and they probably watching and recording me now. But what I want to say right now is that pay attention to what happened to everybody in the group, because at the end of the day, this is how it's gonna work. This isn't a season of just you, or, you know, just me, or just whoever who they put that spell work onto backfiring. It's all across the board, because that's karma. Karma is across the board, okay? So that means if you did spell work on your mom to always be lonely or sad or only look at like you, that mother is going to start showing affection and stuff to the other children. This is the season where the real motherfuckers come out to play. Whatever you know your truth is, or whatever it is, people are gonna know. It's all, everything is out in the open. Everything, it's all gonna be known, and it's gonna be known based off the karma that you serve. And yeah, you're still gonna have people out here who's gonna still do spiritual spell work on you to try to say, oh, this is the karma you deserve. But when it backfire, you'll know that person didn't deserve that shit. This is the new path that's available to you. That's the King of Pentacle energy right there. That's you taking care of business. And remember, I was just talking about the low owls coming out here telling you that you had that you were in that 10 of Pentacle energy here. That's what's going on here. You're being ushered into the King of Pentacles energy here. Okay, that's focusing on you, focusing on your money, focus on your career, focusing on your skills, whatever it is. That's the new path that's available to you, to focus on your money, your career, to develop your trades, talents, whatever it may be, right? Next, you got the Queen of Pentacles here, right? So you got the King and the Queen of Pentacles out here. What's going to balance the situation out here is basically like you understand, like basically, because remember I was telling you about the pentacles representing wisdom, right? This right here is expressing your wisdom right here. What's going to balance this out is you doing what you know to be right with your money and investing wisely. But that's ultimately is what's going to lead you to your King of Pentacles. So what's going to balance this out? Remember I was telling you about the karma? Your Queen and King of Pentacles are connected now. You see what I'm saying? What's gonna balance the situation out and the new path is connected. They're tight. They're connected together. I never had this happen before, but they're connected together in a manner where the universe is gonna balance this thing out and it's gonna guide you into your new path, like I was saying. Yep, you got the Page of Swords out here in reverse. I mean, in the death slot. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of gossip out here. I just was dealing with this right here. The person was doing spiritual spell work and stuff like that. Since it wasn't working, one way that they were trying to like distract was trying to create a lot of gossip and bullshit in my life. You see what I'm saying? And it was all about who's fucking on who's doing what to you, who's this, who's that. And then basically it's kind of like somebody in your face 24/7, like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. In order to get you to look at it so that they can, you know, draw you into an energy to keep you from focusing on your King of Pentacles out here. Do your best to focus on your King of Pentacles. Just focus on the money and stuff like that, because the thing is that they can't stop the karma. They're praying that you choose to not go towards your King of Pentacles energy, or that you don't pursue the money route, so that they don't get the karma that they deserve. But you know, like I said before, the universe is ambidextrous. It has a way of being malleable around intentions and petitions, especially when it comes to Saturn. Saturn has been around for a long time. Hard lessons in life has been around for a long time. The very first hard lesson that we learned in life come from Adam and Eve. You see what I'm saying? From the very first man all the way up to this point, there's been harsh lessons we had to learn. And it found a way to express itself, you know. Right now, this is that King of Swords energy right here. That's the energy that someone is trying to put you in, where you can't make wise decisions. That's the energy here. Not making wise decisions, clouded mind, not taking authority over your circumstance, situation, using your mind, right? That's the energy that they're trying to keep you in. You could even be ready to backlash or go off on somebody or whatever it may be. And true enough, me, myself, personally, I say get it the fuck out. It's better out than in, okay? Because you can always, you know, depending on what it is, you can always ask for forgiveness and keep it moving. But if you keep holding on to it, it's going to lead to you doing something that you wouldn't ordinarily do. I'm a witness to that. Holding or hoarding in, you know, energies and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a witness to that. So this is the plan that they're trying to do. See, like I said, you know, they're trying to keep your mind clouded so that you don't get that Ten of Pentacles. Your Ten of Pentacles is here. Your Ten of Pentacles is here. So don't get distracted from your Ten of Pentacles. It's here already. They know it. They just don't want you to have it. They're afraid of you having it. They already fear you, but they want to make sure that you don't get it. And then too, this is the Nine of Wands out here. All three of these are connected because what they're trying to do is trying to make you work extra hard for that Ten of Pentacles if you get it. But they're also trying to get you to guard your heart off at the same time. It's like two birds with one stone, where you're so focused on the money that you block your heart off. They're trying to make you bitter so that you block your heart off to keep you from having love. When you're in that loving energy, your money flows naturally. And somebody knows that, and they're trying to keep you from that energy. They're trying to keep you bitter. They're trying to keep you angry. They're trying to send all kind of angry energy towards you every fucking day. Bitter energy all day, every day. They're trying, anything that agitate them is what they're going to send to you. So in my circumstance situation, there was some kids involved. So that right there let me know that this person really found their kids to be annoying. And their kids didn't realize it because they have a parenting structure where they always had to fight for the attention from like the mother or the father. They always had to fight for that attention. You see what I'm saying? By them having to fight for that attention or compete for the attention, then you come along and then whoever this person doing spell work is, they're so focused on you that this child isn't getting the attention that they want, need, or deserve. So what they're doing is they use that child, or they manipulated certain people in their circle to do things based off of how they make them feel. So if they say, hey, I want you to do this kind of spell work where it's like put them in a lustful energy, basically that's like saying, well, I'll just go to somebody who fucks everybody and have them put you in that energy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they see you. And then when it comes to like kids and stuff like that, they're like, man, these kids get on my fucking nerves. So what they do is they say, you know what, they organize, they had kids try to annoy you, or have somebody younger do the spell work or something like that. Yeah. So all of this energy, this spell work shit that's been going on, it's based off of perception. It's not somebody, and even if it was about volunteering, these people are volunteering from a place of their traumas. The one with that's trying to send less energy your way has sexual trauma. You see what I'm saying? The one trying to anger you, to get you upset and stuff like that, also has, I want to say, sexual trauma, because Mars and Venus goes together. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, that's basically what they're trying to do. Somebody out here is trying to cloud your heart, or make it where you don't let anybody in, or wound you in a manner where you can't, you won't accept love in. But you're gonna take a leap of faith here, and you're gonna let somebody in, and it's gonna blow your fucking mind. This person is gonna love the fuck out of you. You're gonna love the fuck out of them. If you are wounded when it happened, it's gonna be like night and day. Cause like I say, like the situation that I personally had to go through, it was like this person was, they just didn't want people to like love me or make me feel subconscious, you know what I'm saying, try to get me to doubt myself and shit like that, you know what I mean? But deep down I knew it wasn't my problem. This is someone else's problem. They just don't have the courage to express it. So when they do like their little gossip and shit like that, or projection, they're acting on energies that they are too ashamed to act upon in their real life. So if it's energy of you being in lust or something like that, it's, basically that's something that they could be acting on, but they may not be acting on it, but that's what they are in their real life. Yep, you got the Four of Pentacles out here. So yeah, Four of Pentacles in reverse here. Yeah. So after all of this energy, at the end of the day, this has to do with you releasing. There's something that you were holding on to that you just need to release. Okay, just it's time to it's time to do a releasing ceremony here. Yeah, do a releasing cord cutting release ceremony. And this is the perfect time to do it because it's a new moon still. I think we just had a new moon on the 23rd. Today is the best day, or this time is the best time to do a cord cutting release ceremony, because we've held on to a lot of gunk and junk over the years, and it's time to just release it. Time to release it. Also, yeah, it was crazy because I did see a lot of ravens out here. I'm starting to see a lot of animals out here. I seen Ganesh out here. I seen a tiger out here. I seen a crow out here. The crow has to do with transformation, transformative energies. For me, depending on what terrain I'm on, it's like every animal has a terrain that they guard, and mostly my origin comes from like the hawk. Okay, originally where I'm from has to do with the falcon. So when I see that falcon, that lets me know that guardian spirit and that principality is watching over me. But when I go out to like Montana or Utah, or out there where basically Crow Nation, that's when I start getting ravens. From the Midwest, like certain parts of the Midwest, there is like ravens, and one principality, it was an eagle. Another principality was like a coyote. Another principality is like a deer. You know what I'm saying? Every animal is ruling a different principality, and there's different guardians and different principalities, and each of them take on a certain spiritual form. So, I mean, animal form. So, but yeah, that's all I got. Try to keep it short and sweet. I might have to edit this video a little bit, but yeah, you guys just be careful out here. You know, watch out what you choose to start and stop in this life, in this cycle, especially for this next year, because like I said, what's coming your way, they don't want you to have it, and that's okay. You know, we don't want them to want us to have it or not, because whether you want us to have it or not, it's not important, because if God said it's ours, then it's ours. And if you want to try and stop what the hell going on here, then you have to fight with God. And that's the energy that I got, is that there's people out here fighting with God. They don't recognize that they're fighting with God, but they're fighting with God. Okay? Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, I had to do like a little detox, man. I had to step away from this tarot shit for a minute, and it cleansed my energy. But you know, like I said, like, it's a lot of stuff going on out here that you know, people are trying to hide or keep hidden. So anyway, that's all I got right now. And just know that right now in this season, this is the season of Solomon. Okay? And God is bringing every demon to the forefront, into the light for you to see, and each of them contributed to building your kingdom. Now, what I want to warn you about is that you have to be careful, because if you do the wrong ritual, sacrifice, or some whatever, you know, if you deviate from the path and worship another god or anything like that, there's a chance that you can lose everything. Okay? Because that is what the whole season of Solomon is about. For those of you who know and those of you who don't know, well, I guess I should say those of you who don't know, the reason why Solomon lost everything in his kingdom was because he wanted to have sex with a woman. I believe this woman did like a lust spell or something like that to make Solomon want him. Want him real bad. And you know, she was given to Solomon to solidify their treaty with another nation, right? And she worshipped a different god, so he was trying to get her to sleep with her, and she said no, because you need to. Basically, she told him that when he serves her god, that then they can, you know, sleep together or whatever. So in the middle of the night, she sent a maid to Solomon with 5 crickets in her hand, and she told Solomon to crush those crickets in the name of who she worshipped, and she'll come in there and she'll have sex with him. And that's exactly what he did, you know. And right then the Spirit of the Lord left. So you're going to have pharaohs who are drowning, who are going to try to deviate you from the path. But I plead the blood of Christ over your spirit. Those of you who serve the Most High God, I plead the blood of Christ over you. And also, though no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and those that prosper in their own ways, it shall not last long in your life. Okay? To those who are my enemies, and you know, all those other people who've been watching me and stuff like that, just know what you create will not prosper. You'll form the weapon, but it won't prosper in my life. And everyone that you've ever attacked, they are also going to get karma for what you've put out. So if you were attacking, like say if you killed somebody with spell work and stuff like that, they're going to come back from the grave and they're going to hunt the fuck out of you. You're going to hear them tapping and scratching around the house. Kids are going to start seeing them. Things like that. Things like there's going to be scents in the house that you're going to smell, and you're going to think about that person. Different foods are going to remind you of different numbers. Whatever that person is affiliated, associated with, if you did some kind of baneful spell work and they're not here no more, you're going to start witnessing it around your house. Okay? That's all I got. Peace.